Deciding to buy or sell a home. That's among the most important decisions a person will make in their lifetime, and different generations, from millennials to baby boomers, are shifting their views and preferences for home ownership. More of the processes have gone digital, and in 2021, Sacramento is the hottest market of all in the entire U.S. Real estate expert Carrie Melcher has more on modern real estate experiences and what we can expect to see here in the capital region. Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Let's talk about first what the stats show for consumers. Will we see more buying or selling this next year?
Well, you're going to see a lot of a seller's driven market, given that the demand is quite high from buyers and that the seller supply is quite low. But with interest rates so good, demand is expected to stay high. I think that you're going to see a lot. What we saw in our data is that 75% of buyers expect a digital online experience. So you're going to see buyers driving that experience and pushing for virtual tours and virtual experiences, and sellers doing the same, demanding more and more of a digital experience, with 71% of our sellers saying that they're going to get an offer from an iBuyer like Open Door.
Wow. Well, it's a sign of the times, right, with all the technology and then the pandemic. But where are people moving to and from? Does it vary by generation?
It really does. So millennials, to the tune of about 36%, are saying they want to move to big cities. Baby boomers, to the tune of about 33%, are saying they want to move to the suburbs. We're seeing smaller numbers of people that are wanting to move to rural and small communities, but it's interesting to see those two generations play out based on what their needs are and what they think their upcoming needs are going to be. They're all looking at things like home offices and outdoor living space and maybe gyms, home gyms, or the availability of a home gym. Things like that are actually being impacted as well.
So how else has buying changed in the pandemic when you're trying to buy a home? I know you mentioned there's like this demand for digital access to tour a home or see a home, but what else has changed?
I think that so much has changed. I mean, what you're seeing is buyers are saying now, 36% of buyers are saying that they're going to time their purchase based upon the vaccine timing.
Oh.
One really interesting thing, I've been in real estate for 30 years, and so I have not seen millennials and Gen X, these up and coming generations, have lifestyle influences like COVID-19 be the driver for moving. The number one driver is typically getting married and having a baby. We're seeing COVID-19 and the pandemic becoming a number one driver for Gen X and for millennials. And for baby boomers, I think it's the number two driver.
Interesting. And what types of homes is everyone looking for? What's in demand? And has that changed for what people may have been looking for last year?
100%. The demand is people, our homes are certainly our sanctuaries, but our homes have also become our workplace and in some cases our schools. So people are looking for home offices, no question. People are looking for more outdoor space. People are certainly still very committed to their kitchens, and they are very focused on kitchens. People are cooking. Not just baking bread,
right.
They are cooking. And we're seeing more and more people wanting, like I mentioned, home gyms, hot tubs, things like that. Those are new things in the data that we're seeing.
Yeah, because we're spending more time at home. All right, so what tips do you have for consumers who want to buy or sell a home, especially in a hot real estate market like what we have here in Sacramento?
Yeah, I say buckle up, right? Sacramento's market, as you said, Realtor.com has said that Sacramento is the top market for 2021. As a seller, understand what your sort of non-negotiables are going in. You are likely to see multiple offers. Try to figure out what your timeline is going to be. What is the date you would most ideally like to move? And hope that you can get that from a buyer. You're very much in the driver's seat. For buyers, have your ducks in a row. Cash is very much king right now. If you can do cash, do cash. If you have a loan, have it all dialed in. Make sure you're completely pre-approved. Try to write your offer bespoke to that seller. Set your closing date for the exact date that works for them. And hot tip, don't buy a car. Don't buy a boat. Don't buy anything big while you're in this process as a buyer. That can blow your whole financing.
Oh, that's some good advice. And then, like you were saying, there's a non-traditional way, and that is doing this online, especially for selling your home.
Absolutely. Our sellers come to Open Door, and in a few clicks, answering a few questions, they get an all cash offer that I am so proud to deliver to them, that they can then choose not to have to go through prepping, not to have to go through showing, not to have to go through the stress of the buyer's financing and appraisal going on. Our sellers get to pick their own closing date. They don't have to worry about double moves. They don't worry about double mortgages. They're in control. They have peace of mind. They have less stress and more time on their hands.
Any other shortcuts? Because, this process has a lot of factors, but sometimes you just want to speed up the process.
I mean, absolutely try to understand what, if it's your dream home, what is really important to the seller when you're the buyer. And when you're the seller, be patient with some pieces of it. When you're going through the process, contractors are backed up right now. I mean, they're not alone in this being backed up. So you may have to be patient. You may have to wait a while. I say, definitely go to opendoor.com and get an offer. You may very well find that your priorities and your needs are really well matched by our offerings.
All right, very good. Great advice this morning. If you want more on buying and selling a home, check out opendoor.com.